Hi, parents and boys and girls. I know we're going through a really scary time right now, and I thought, maybe I could do something to help you guys connect in some way. I thought about maybe telling you about some websites where you could look up some ways for the kids to be able to get some lessons in. But for instance, there's one website where um, on YouTube where you could go and people will read to the kids. They'll read stories. Um, and then I had an idea that I thought maybe the kids would like for me to read them a story, and I can do it on video. Um, so tell me what you think, and let me know if the kids seem to like it. So we have read Harry the Dirty Dog, and so I have this sequel. Harry the Dirty Dog was my very favorite story. And I loved Harry the Dirty Dog. I loved how he got into trouble. And when I was a grown up, I found this book. It was a sequel. So this is called No Roses for Harry. And the author's name is Jean Zion. And the pictures were drawn by Margaret Bloy Graham. And as you can see, my kids loved this book. Harry was once a white dog with black spots. On his birthday, he got a present from Grandma. It was a woolen sweater with roses on it. Harry didn't like it the moment he saw it. He didn't like the roses. When he tried it on, he felt cozy and snug, but he still didn't like the roses. He thought it was the silliest sweater he'd ever seen. The next day, when Harry went downtown with the children, he wore his new sweater. When people saw it, they laughed. When dogs saw it, they barked. Harry made up his mind then and there to lose Grandma's present. When they went into a big store to shop, the children took off his sweater and let him carry it. This was just what Harry wanted. First, he tried to lose it in the pet department. But a man found it and gave it back. Then he tried to lose it in the grocery department. But a lady found it and gave it back. He tried to lose it in the flower department. But a little boy found it and gave it back. The children didn't let Harry carry it anymore. They made him wear it. As they started home, Harry was beginning to think he'd never lose it. When he got home, his friends were waiting to play with him. But Harry didn't feel like playing, so they left him alone. As he sat wondering what to do, Harry noticed a loose stitch in his sweater. He pulled at the wool, just a little at first, then a bit more, and a little bit more. Harry didn't know it, but a bird was watching. See this picture? There's Harry, and there's the bird. In a minute, Harry had pulled out quite a long piece of the wool. Then the end of it lay on the grass behind him. Suddenly, the bird flew down. Quick as a flash, she took the end of the wool in her beak and flew away with it. It all happened before Harry could even blink. The sweater began to disappear right before Harry's eyes. First one leg, then the neck, then the other leg, then the back, and finally, the whole thing was just one long, long piece of wool flying off into the sky. The sweater was gone. Harry could hardly believe it. He barked and jumped with joy. Then he ran out of the yard. Harry seems pretty happy about that, doesn't he? He ran down the street barking thank you to the bird over and over again. The bird and wool were just a tiny speck in the sky, but Harry kept following them. In this picture you can see Harry running, and if you look really close, right there is the bird flying with all the wool. He came home thirsty and tired, and he was having a drink in the kitchen when the children ran in. "We got a letter from Grandma," one of them said. "She's coming to visit us," shouted the other. Harry thought of the sweater, and his tail dropped. Before Grandma came, the family looked everywhere for the sweater. They wanted her to see how nice Harry looked in it. Of course, they couldn't find it. Only Harry knew why. When Grandma arrived, Harry ran up to her with his leash. Then he sat up and begged. "All right, Harry," said Grandma. "After I've had my lunch and a nap, we'll go for a walk." That afternoon, Harry and Grandma and the children started off on their walk. Harry barked happily and pulled towards the park. When they got to the park, Harry pulled harder. The children let him off his leash, and he ran on ahead. He seemed to be looking for something. All at once, he stopped under a big tree. He looked up and began to bark and wag his tail. Grandma and the children came running. They got to the tree and looked up too. Suddenly, one of the children said, "I see a nest." "It's made of wool," said the other. "And it's the very same color as Harry's sweater," they shouted together. It is Harry's sweater, exclaimed Grandma. Just then a bird looked out of the nest. "Look, Grandma, look," shouted the children. Harry gave his sweater to a bird. "I wonder how he did that." The bird sang, and Harry wagged his tail even harder. Hard to get these pages to turn. At Christmas, Harry got a present from Grandma. It was a new sweater. Harry liked this one very much. When he tried it on, he felt as cozy and snug as the bird in his nest. But best of all, It was white with black spots, just like his fur. And that's the end. So I hope you liked the story of Harry the Dirty Dog. And if you would like for me to read another story, let me know. I have a couple of books here. If you have any special requests, let me know and I'll try to get it. Okay, I hope that you're having a really fabulous afternoon, and I hope to hear from you soon. Okay, I miss you all. Bye.